Hello everyone, welcome to the course on genetics. In this video we are going to study supplementary genes, or it is also called as recessive epistasis. So in this genetic interaction, the Mendelian dihybrid ratio, it modifies into 9 raised to 3 raised to 4. So let us start with recessive epistasis. What is recessive epistasis? We will understand first, and then we will proceed to supplementary genes, or what is the concept of supplementary genes. So this type of genetic interaction is exactly opposite to dominant epistasis, where recessive allele of one gene, that is gene A, it masks the phenotypic expression of alleles, that is these are all alleles of another gene B. So it is known as recessive epistasis. So here we have to understand one thing, that there are two genes present, gene A, that is gene capital A, and gene capital B. The recessive alleles of the gene A, that is small a, when these recessive alleles will mask the expression of the alleles of another gene, that is B, they may be dominant allele, they may be recessive alleles, or they may be heterozygous alleles. So when the recessive alleles of A gene mask the expression of the all type of alleles of gene B, it is known as recessive epistasis. So the result of B gene phenotype will be expressed when A gene contains dominant allele, that is capital A and capital A small a. So when B gene will express itself, when the another gene, that is gene A, contains both dominant alleles, or the gene locus of A contains dominant alleles, then and then only B will express itself, otherwise it will not express itself. So when any offspring contains two genes and one gene contains both recessive allele, that gene will mask the expression of the another genes or another alleles of the another gene. So this is known as recessive epistasis. So due to this type of genetic interaction of recessive genes, the phenotypic dihybrid ratio, that is 9 raised to 3 raised to 3 raised to 1, it becomes 9 raised to 3 raised to 4. So this type of gene interaction can be seen in coat color in mice, in animals, and in plants also we can see such type of interaction, which will result into 9 raised to 3 raised to 4 ratio of phenotypes in offsprings. So that particular example is grain color in maize. So in maize plant, different three types of grains can be produced in the ratio 9 raised to 3 raised to 4. Here we are going to study the example of mouse. So the common house mouse occurs in three coat colors, that is agouti, it is most wild color, black color, and albino color. In our example, we have selected one homozygous black mouse and one homozygous albino mouse. So genotype of homozygous black mouse, that are capital C, small a, and albino mouse contains small c, capital A. So in F1, all agouti mouse or agouti offspring will be appeared. When the F1 agouti are crossed among themselves, F2 will be resulted into 16 offsprings as usual, and they have three types of coat color, that is agouti, black, and albino. So all these colors will be appeared in the ratio 9 raised to 3 raised to 4. So we will see it diagrammatically. See, we have selected parents. We have selected two parents here. One parent, it is black mouse, which contains the genotype capital C and small a. Here you can see albino mouse, another parent. Suppose this is male, this is female. So this albino parent contains the genotype small c, capital A, capital A. As usual, they will give rise to the gametes, and the offspring which is resulted, it is different from both the parents. So it is agouti colored mouse will be formed because it has the combination of both parents. So this is our F1 generation, F1. Now when we will carry out selfing of these F1 offspring, what will happen? See here, selfing, these are agouti mouse, one agouti male and this is agouti female. They will give rise to F1 gametes like this, and after that if we cross them with each other, they will form such type of offsprings here. So here you can see the first genotype, it is capital C, small a. This is first offspring, it is agouti in color. So in all these cases you can see that when any offspring contains both genes having the dominant alleles present, it will give rise to agouti colored mouse. So here you can see both dominant alleles are present, here also both dominant alleles are present, here also, here in this case also, in this case also, and in this case also. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So such 9 offspring will be formed which having the combination of both dominant alleles. So they will produce agouti colored mouse. So such type of 9 offspring can be seen here. Now if we remember, in F1 or in F1 generation we have selected 2 parents and both parents were not agouti colored. One parent was black colored and one parent was albino colored. Still it has produced maximum number of agouti offsprings here. Now see, in second case, here you can see if only one gene contains dominant allele, then it will give rise to the black colored offspring. Here the first gene, that is capital C, it is dominant, and another gene it is recessive, so that the offspring resulted will be black in color. So in each case you can see where capital C is present, the offspring is, so when capital C is present and small a is present, the offspring will be definitely black in color. Here you can see, here you can see. In third case you can see here also, when both small c are present and only one capital A is present, you can see here, here also both small c, here also both small c, and here also both small c. So it will give rise to the albino colored mouse. So here you can understand the phenomena of the recessive epistasis. Here these are 2 recessive alleles of a gene which will mask the expression of the A gene, though it contains dominant allele. So this small c both are recessive, but they will affect the phenotype of capital A. So the offspring will be albino color. Here also you can see first pair, it is recessive and it has masked of the phenotypic expression of the gene A. Here also you can see, and in this case it is somewhat different case. Both the genes contains the recessive alleles, still they will form albino colored mouse because there is no any dominant gene is to express. So mouse will be same, that is albino colored. So in this case you can see 9 agouti, 3 black and 4 albino mice will be formed. Now we will proceed to supplementary genes. So what are supplementary genes? These are nothing but the recessive epistasis, but definition is somewhat different. Supplementary genes are the genes which include two pairs of non-allelic genes. Both of them are involved in affecting the same phenotype. Out of the non-allelic genes, one gene is dominant and can express itself in presence or absence of another gene. But second gene, which is also dominant but can express itself only in presence of the first gene and modifies the expression of the first gene. So such type of genes are known as supplementary genes. So supplementary genes, in other words, they are two independent dominant genes interacting to produce phenotypic expression different from that produced by either genes alone. So in this example we will also see the concept of supplementary genes. So here you should understand the concept that both genes contains dominant alleles, that is C gene also contains and A gene also contains dominant alleles. When these two genes come together, they will produce a same type of phenotype. In this case, both genes if appear, then they will produce agouti colored mouse. So here you can see 9 such mice have been formed because all these genotype contains both the dominant alleles. So supplementary genes are those genes when both the dominant alleles of the genes come together, they will form same type of phenotype. So we can say they are supplementary to each other. But in the when the only first gene will be present, what will happen? See here, only first dominant gene is present and other gene contains both recessive alleles. In this case, the C will express itself. C will express itself, that is gene C will express itself. So here we can see that here also C has expressed, means what? C don't have any effect on its phenotypic expression in presence or absence of the dominant allele of gene A. So gene C can express itself in presence or absence of the another gene, that is A. But the gene A, it get affected due to the absence of the gene C. So in these 4 different types of offsprings, you can see that capital C is absent in each case. So capital A could not express itself because it can't express itself in absence of capital C. But capital C can express itself in absence of A. So these are known as the concept of supplementary genes. Both the genes, they will express themselves by giving rise to a common type of phenotype, that is agouti. But in absence of one gene, if capital C or capital dominant C gene is present, it will produce black colored mouse, and if small c is present, that is capital C is absent and capital A is present or absent, it will give rise to albino colored mouse. So here we have to see in our example, C and A are two dominant alleles of gene C and gene A. Gene C could express itself phenotypically whether gene A is present or absent, and it will forms black colored mouse. But gene A is dependent on the first gene, that is C, for its phenotypic expression, and in combination gene A can modify the expression of gene C and it will produce agouti colored mouse. Here you can see only C is present, only capital C is present, it will give rise to black colored mouse. But when A comes with the capital C, capital A comes with capital C, it will give rise to agouti colored mouse. So gene A when come with gene C, it will modify the phenotype of the capital C, because capital C in absence of dominant A, it will produce black color, but when capital A dominant A gene or allele will present, it will produce agouti colored mouse. So this case is called as modification of phenotypic effect. So here you can see, but gene A is dependent on the first gene for its phenotypic expression and modifies the expression of gene C and produces agouti colored offspring. If gene C is absent, gene A cannot express itself phenotypically and all such offsprings would be albino colored. So this genetic interaction is known as supplementary gene interaction, or it is also known as recessive epistasis. These are some references used. If you like video, please like, comment, subscribe, press bell icon and share with your friends. Thank you.